It's gonna be a dark video because we're putting electric in here. And needless to say, there's no lights at the moment. We're gonna go ahead and start putting our electric in. I know. So we're gonna start putting our electric in, and the way I ran it, I can basically put it anywhere in this area right here. This whole corner is available. What I really want to do is I want to put it like right here and take up this space up. That's what I want to do. So we'll see how it pans out. I gotta figure out where I'm at and pull my panel box out so we can get a good warm and fuzzy on where that's gonna be. So I'm gonna apologize right now for the lighting. I don't have a way to put more light in here at the moment, and it's not sunny out. You can hear it's raining, so it's kind of where we're at. You pop that center one out and you can get this in there, and it makes it much simpler. It's hard to find good help. I'm actually happy she's sleeping because she's been following me around and it's kind of been in my way of my feet. Take a break from that real quick just because, as you can see, mud and water piling up. I really need to spread this gravel out and keep it from sinking down more. Plus with the rain, it'll help settle it. And yeah, it's just every time I drive the truck across here, I'm sinking a lot. So I don't want to make it to where it's worse and worse and worse. It's just more gravel I have to buy. You can see that all this has been smoothed out. Not a big deal, very simple. What you didn't see was I went all the way around the building and I drilled a hole 15/16 because, well, they don't have to be that big all the way around. However, majority of them are gonna have three runs or 3 circuits going through one hole. So I wanted to make sure it was large enough that I didn't have to drill a second hole. I will show you on the next one because our air lines are gonna go down here on the next girder down. And they're set up like this because one, I want my electrical up high for a couple of reasons. One, I'm gonna be in here working on stuff, and sometimes I'm going to use the power washer in here, and so I'd really like to keep moisture away from my wiring. Not that it's likely to penetrate it, but I just want to keep it away from it. My outlets are all gonna be on these studs, right? Every stud will have an outlet, and I know it's a lot of outlets, and I also understand that it's an added cost, but when you think about it, for me to put an outlet in when the wire is already running through there, so the box itself is like $1.19, the outlet's another, I think they're $1.20, and then the faceplate that goes over the outlet is another, I want to say like 80 cents, right? So all in all, for less than $5, I can add a receptacle on every stud. And I've never, ever been in this shop where I've complained saying, oh, you know what, there's too many outlets. Why would they put so many outlets? Nobody will ever complain about that. The other thing that's gonna be a little different is we're gonna have 2 welding outlets. So one will be right here, the other one will be right here. And we'll talk more about it later because there's planning to have, there's future changes that may occur. So there's planning in that wiring, and I'll talk about it when I get to it. But right now, I really wanna get to the wiring. I want to get all my outlets ran because hopefully I can get Chrissy to wire those up while I go up here. And I need to put 3 outlets up top across here because my lights are going to plug into there, and then they run straight across all the way down. And then I also need to go up top because I'll have to run 2 circuits over here. One is going to go, well, one is specifically for lights outside, and then the other one is actually for outlets outside. So I want to have both. Yeah, other than that, I'm gonna get to it, and hopefully you guys enjoy the time lapse. Look who finally woke up. What a slacker. All right, so we got everything, all the circuits are ran. We did go ahead and run 1 row of lights, as you can see across the center. We did wire them up just real quick so we can test them, and they work very well. There's actually gonna be 2 more rows, so 1 more down there, and then 1 more will be right here, all the way across. But me and Gage are going to, if he doesn't hit my truck, we're gonna go rotate sheep real quick. Okay, take me to the sheep, gentle. So we're going to go rotate the sheep because they've been in paddock 1 for 5 days. The grass is really starting to grow pretty good. We do need a lot more sunshine, but it's growing.
It's been very cloudy.
Yeah, it has, and rainy. Take me to that gate, and we'll give her the beans. That means Florida. What are you doing?
Laying on the roof.
You look disappointed that school's almost out.
Kinda.
Really? That's surprising. I thought you were gonna say you were excited. All right, these guys have been moved. They're good for 5 more days. So they get a mineral. It's got a selenium, vitamins A and E, iodine, just standard sheep supplement. that we usually mix, but Chrissy actually found this one, and it doesn't have quite as much selenium as I'd like, but during the springtime and the summer while the grass is growing, in the fall, not as bad, but it'll work for now. Doing our daily checkups, making sure everybody's doing all right. Plus, we don't leave a lot of mineral in the in that pail, because if it rains, it'll ruin it. So it's easier just to come out here every day and throw a little bit in there, so that they have the minerals they need and we're not wasting them. Hey everyone, if you're on the fence about rotational grazing, I want to show you something. So this is the paddock that these guys just came from, and they're in here for 5 days. You can see that they've eaten down a lot of it, especially compared to this. However, see right in here, now I know this is all from ruts and where we drive back and forth with the side-by-side, but how it's patchy right here, this used to be how most of our pasture was about 3 years ago. And it's gotten to a point now where there's grass growing across all of it, and look how thick and luscious it gets. So these guys just got moved in here last night, so they haven't really ate much. They have trampled down around their mineral tub because they love their minerals. But look at how thick this is. And it's not just right here, it's pretty much the whole thing. Now, I will say across, they don't like to get their feet wet, so there's a stream down here in this bottom, and they don't really care to cross it. So they're working on that side, just not as effectively as they worked up here. I just want to show you that. So this is year 3 for us of rotational grazing, and I'm absolutely in love with it. The other thing is that once they're on pasture, we rarely ever deworm. If we're deworming, it's generally because that animal itself is just not very parasite resistant, and we'll actually end up weaning, or not weaning, culling them from our flock. But just amazing.